Now, everybody who's watching, let's get RBT to 500,000 subscribers by Christmas. He's the best Madden scientist there is. I subscribe to him, and if you don't subscribe to, your favorite team is going to lose to the I'm not saying that team.
So can you actually believe that Lamar Jackson, arguably the most electric player in the entirety of the National Football League, one of the best quarterbacks as of right now in the entire league, and might actually end up winning the MVP? You had some so-called experts claiming that Lamar Jackson needed to convert to running back. If this man wanted to be successful in the National Football League, he needed to either play running back or wide receiver. And I think by only year 2 in Lamar Jackson's NFL career, you can now call those so-called experts not the expert. I just thought of that on top of my head. That one was for free. But what if Lamar Jackson actually caved in and actually decided that he was going to listen to these so-called experts, and instead of playing quarterback in the National Football League, play running back? How effective would this man have been as an actual running back in the NFL? Looks like in real life we'll never find out because he's too freaking good as a quarterback. But that's what some Madden science is for. As today, my dudes, here in Madden 20, we are going to see how Lamar Jackson's NFL career would have gone if he actually listened to those experts and played running back in the National Football League instead of quarterback. We're going to follow his entire career until he decides to retire and see if this man would actually be a Hall of Famer at the running back position. I mean, this man seems like he could do whatever he put his mind to. So who knows, maybe he would actually have been a top running back in the league. But today we shall see how his NFL career would have turned out. So hopefully, guys, do enjoy today's Madden scientific experiment. And if you do, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if we can smash like 5,000 likes in the first hour. That would be a record. I know you guys can do it because you guys are mental. Make sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. Because guys, we're getting so close to 400k. And if we do hit 400k by Christmas, my Christmas giveaway is going to be mental. I'm going to be giving away 3 Xbox One X's and 3 PS4 Pros. And that's if and only if we do hit 400k by Christmas. And also, it's extremely important that you do have notifications on, because once we do hit December 1st, I'm going to be running 25 days of Christmas on the channel, where every single day from December 1st to December 25th, every single upload will be giving away Xbox codes, PS4 codes, Amazon codes, and all you have to do is be one of the first to actually open the video and watch the video to get the codes. So that's why it's important you do have notifications on. With that said, my dudes, time to conduct some science. Now you might be wondering why I am using the Titans. That's just because I want Lamar Jackson and the team that he is on throughout today's experiment to do whatever they want. I don't want to have any say in what happens in Lamar Jackson's career. So if we go, we actually have picked up in the real life roster, so everything is exactly the same in the NFL in today's franchise as it is in real life. Now if we do go to the Baltimore Ravens, he's already been converted to running back. And it's crazy enough, he's actually an 87 overall running back, so he is a high overall running back to Mark Ingram. But Mark Ingram's probably about to digress because he's 29 years old, so Lamar Jackson's going to be the sole solid running back for the Ravens unless he gets traded elsewhere. So we shall see, dudes. I'm so excited to see how good Lamar Jackson actually plays as a running back throughout his career. Is he going to make it to the Hall of Fame? We shall find out. But with that said, time to simulate to the end of season number 1 and begin Lamar Jackson's NFL career as an NFL running back. Season number 1 done and dusted, as it looks like my Tennessee Titans didn't make the playoffs, finished the year 9-7. So how did the Ravens do in Lamar Jackson? Looks like they still did make the playoffs at 11-5 on the year. Now Lamar Jackson as a running back, did he still make it into the top 10 of the MVP race? And yes, he did, at number 5, behind McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson. Didn't win the MVP, but still as a running back, balled out the rest of the year. As how the heck did the Ravens get Taysom Hill? Like, how did that even happen? But anyways, running the football, Lamar Jackson ended the season 1,000 rushing yards with 9 touchdowns as well. Catching the football, how did he do? Because he had to make some catches out of the backfield. Only 3 receptions on the year, but did get a touchdown, so Lamar Jackson balling out this year. Now with that said, gonna go ahead, simulate to the Super Bowl. Can the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson at the running back position make it to the Super Bowl? And the answer to that question is gonna be a resounding no. It was the Texans. Houston Texans beat the 49ers 24-17 And crazy enough, Frank Gore just retired. In real life, he just passed Barry Sanders' third all-time in NFL rushing yards. And today we'll be able to see if Lamar Jackson can actually overtake Frank Gore. So the start of season number 2, checking out Lamar Jackson as he's now up to an 88 overall, marking him all the way down to 83. Just curious, who's the Ravens starting quarterback now? Tyrod Taylor into the 2020 season, and how did the Baltimore Ravens fare this year? They actually end off tied with 4 other teams, but did end off with the best record in all of the NFL, which I think is mental because normally you need a really good quarterback to do good in simulations in Madden, and they only had a 68 overall on Tyrod Taylor, but I guess that's how good Lamar Jackson actually is. Just for the heck of it, see how the rest of the NFL did. Eagles go 8-8, Seahawks 8-8. Worst record in the league ends up going to the Vikings at 3-13. Dolphins all the way up now to 5-11 on the year. But most importantly, how did Lamar Jackson do in season number 2? Topped him the MVP. Jacoby Brissett wins the MVP. Looks like there is no Lamar Jackson in sight. But how did he do with his first full season as a running back underneath his belt with the Ravens? Tyrod Taylor had a really good year. 32 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions and running the football. Lamar Jackson balling out, dude. 19 touchdowns on the year. That is mental. And that is pretty much even splitting carries with Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram almost had 200 carries by himself. But Jesus, dude. 1,200 yards and 19 touchdowns. That is insane for Lamar Jackson. And out of the backfield, he had 94 yards, no touchdowns. But geez, what a year. Time to see if Lamar Jackson can actually lead the Ravens to a Super Bowl as a running back. So simulating to Super Bowl 55. It is going to be none other than the Chargers and Cowboys. So no Lamar Jackson this year, as the Cowboys get an extremely slim win over the Chargers to win Super Bowl 55. 30-27. Zeke ran for 200 yards. Maybe that'll be Lamar Jackson in one of the upcoming Super Bowls, especially if they can get a better quarterback. Looks like Tom Brady retires. Start of the 2021 season, and now time to check out Mr. Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens. Starting quarterback is Case Keenum. Oh God, they're going downhill now. RG3 still there, but man, this quarterback situation is not good. Lamar Jackson now up to a 91 overall. As a 24-year-old, Mark Ingram still there, but now down to a 79. He actually has a new superstar X-Factor ability since he's a running back now. He has first one free. So we started out today's experiment as just a superstar ability, and now he increased to a superstar X-Factor ability. As what other abilities does he have now? So he should now progress even faster. He has Jukebox, so ball carriers with this ability have faster juke animations, and ball carriers with this ability have faster and higher hurdle animations. So he has Leapfrog now. So he started off with like Escape Artist and some other quarterback ability. I guess obviously Find the Game recognized he's a running back, so changed his X Factor and superstar ability. So he's just gonna get better and better. Looks like somehow my Tennessee Titans finally made the freaking playoffs at 11-5. I mean, this is completely beside the point, but who the heck is our quarterback? This is Marcus Mariota. He's up to a 79 overall. Let's go. We have Kareem Hunt, Derrick Henry. What a running back tandem there. But anyways, completely beside the point. As a Titans fan, I'm just finally excited to make the playoffs. So let's see how the Ravens did this year. Looks like they didn't have as good as the year as they did last year. It looks like they do not make the playoffs. 79 on the year. Obviously, it's no fault of Lamar Jackson. The quarterback play is atrocious, so they have got to get a better quarterback if they want to have a chance to win the Super Bowl. He is not in the top 5, and once again, not in the top 10. But at the end of the day, how did he do with the Baltimore Ravens at the end of this season? I want to see how bad their quarterback play was here. Case Keenum, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Lamar Jackson went down 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards to be exact, and 6 touchdowns, down from 19. As it looks like the Colts and Jacoby Brissett do win the Super Bowl over the Chicago Bears. Start of the 2022 season, Lamar Jackson now is at a 92 overall. Do they eventually sign any other quarterback? Josh Rosen? I mean, I guess he's better than what they had last year in Case freaking Keenum. But Lamar Jackson, yes, 25 years of age, 92 overall. The thing is, the running backs start to regress once they get past like 29 years of age. So he has like 4 more years to get up to potentially a 99 overall. Oh, we actually got a first round bye, so things are looking up for fellow Titans fans, as looks like the Ravens gonna make the playoffs this season, and that's gonna be a big fat no one of the worst records in all of the NFL. Maybe he just came in the top 10 in the MVP race. No, Marcus Mariota won the MVP, so right off the bat, this is not realistic. Once again, no Lamar Jackson in the top 10. His QB play wasn't awful. 32 touchdowns, 11 picks, 3,800 yards from Josh Rosen. Lamar Jackson, I mean, about the same as last year. He's still kind of splitting carries with Royce Freeman, 223 carries, 5.2 yards per carry, which is insane. Almost 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. As the Seahawks do get a big win, 31-14, to win their first Super Bowl of today's video. Oh man, the Ravens just took another hit. Mr. Hollywood Brown was a free agent and goes to the Oakland Raiders on a huge deal. Start of the next season, and how is the Ravens team looking? They have Marlon Humphrey and Lamar Jackson now up to a 94 overall, so he very easily could get past 95. Once again, our mediocrity as a Titans fan leading us to the playoffs with an 8-8 record. Most importantly, how did the Ravens do? They have a big bounce back year. Vikings, who just had a bad year a few years ago, up to 14-2. Yes, the Ravens did make the playoffs at 10-6. I don't know how to do it. That roster outside of Lamar, it's not good, but hey, Lamar led them to a playoff berth and maybe finally a Super Bowl berth. Worst record in the league goes to the 49ers at 3-13. As it looks like, once again, no Lamar Jackson in the top 10 of the MVP race. There is running backs, just no Lamar. Dalvin Cook up to a 97 overall. Keep in mind, dude, 1 year he had 19 rushing touchdowns. This year, only 11, but still, that's pretty freaking good. 1,300 yards, which is an improvement from last year. Can they finally make it to the Super Bowl? Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson as a running back. They do finally! Let's go, Lamar! Super Bowl 58, Baltimore Ravens, New York Giants. If the Ravens can actually win the Super Bowl with Josh Rosen at the quarterback position after losing Hollywood Brown, once again would be just simply a testament to how freaking good Lamar Jackson actually is as an all-around football player. Moment of truth, no! As am curious, did he get any extra abilities? No, I thought I got an extra ability at 95 overall. Lamar Jackson, I mean, with all these abilities, dude, he's got to be an absolute nightmare to try and defend against. As let's see, can he finally lead this freaking team, dudes, to a Super Bowl win? I mean, as a Titans fan, if we make it to this many consecutive playoff berths, I'll be a happy freaking camper, especially knowing what we've gone through these last 15 years. But once again, beside the point, let's see, the Ravens, they make the playoffs once again. Looks like they didn't eclipse 10 wins, and looks like they went downhill big time. Oh my god, they went from a Super Bowl berth to 5-11, and no, Jacoby Brissett wins the MVP. Lamar with, I think that's the second most rushing touchdowns he had in a single season, but his yardage went down quite a bit, and it looks like it was the Seahawks. The Seahawks get their second win, I think in 3 seasons, as they do beat the Houston Texans. Looks like Matthew Stafford retired, Bobby Wagner was cut by the Seahawks. Some insane stuff happened today. Travis Kelce retired, Le'Veon Bell retired into the 2025 season, and let's see if Lamar Jackson finally over a 95 overall. As we see, he stays at a 95, and I think he might have maxed out his potential. I think at the age of 29 is when running backs begin to regress into the 2025 season, and it looks like, come on Ravens do squeak their way into the playoffs at 9-7. Zeke wins it at number 1. Gardner Minshew on the Packers at number 4. And no Lamar Jackson. Once again, he needs to go elsewhere. You don't want to see him fall out in another team's uniforms before he begins to regress. As let's see, running the football, it's been about the same. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, nothing way too crazy for Lamar Jackson. Come on, Ravens. I beg you, make this video not a complete fail and win. Oh man, it's the Seahawks again, dude. And they did it again. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Russell Wilson, stop, dude. You're too freaking good. 27-21 over the Browns. As I'm scared to look, beginning of 2026, I think he probably has began to go down in overall. Lamar, no, he actually went up. So he did eclipse 95 overall up to a 96. Now, I do want to go in and look and see how much longer he does have on his contract, because I don't know how to check elsewise. This is his final year. End of the season. Let's check this out. I'm expecting 16-0. as of course not, but at least make the playoffs, and it looks like they, oh my god, at 9-7, they just miss out. Top 10 in the MVP, Jacoby Brissett. This is like the 4th time he won the freaking MVP, and no Lamar Jackson in the top 10. Been about the same almost every single year. Almost 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. I mean, that's not bad at all. It's extremely consistent. There's no crazy years. Looks like the Colts get a big win over the Buccaneers. Melvin Gordon retires, as I have not seen Lamar Jackson in any of the league news tabs, so I'm guessing he signed back with the Ravens. Unfortunately for us, I'm so scared, dude, beginning of the 2027 season. I don't even want to know how much he's dipped in overall. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson, so maybe not by a lot. He stays at a 96? Come on, Ravens, make the playoffs, make the playoffs, make the playoffs. Poor Lamar. 7-9. Come on, top 10 MVP race. Lamar, be there for once. And no. I mean, he's had such a consistent NFL career. It's just been nothing way too insane. 1,000 yards barely. 5 touchdowns is easily his worst tally yet. As the Bills beat the Saints for the first time in today's video, Josh Allen still with the Bills gets their first Super Bowl, 20-17. As it looks like Russell Wilson on the Panthers, and he just got cut. This is when you know the video begins to get crazy. Not Superman, it's eventually going to happen. Yes, he's finally beginning to regress. Now down to a 94 overall. Poor freaking Lamar, man. Still have Josh Rosen at quarterback. End of the 2028 season. Come on, Ravens. 16-0. I can smell it. Just kidding, I lied to you. They did make the playoffs, though. At 9-7. Let's go. I have a bad feeling. I don't know why. A bad feeling that this is his worst year yet. Not really. It's about the same as last year. 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. It's just been extremely consistent, as the Bucs finally get a huge win in the Super Bowl, 35-7 over the Broncos. Looks like Sean McVay is now their head coach, beginning of 2029. I'm expecting him to be sub 90 now. I think he's gonna be probably like an 88 overall at this point. No, he's still a 90, so he's hanging in there, dude. Let's go, Lamar. Into the 2029 season. Come on, Ravens. And oh god, Vikings best record. Ravens, they don't make the playoffs. Oh, are they the worst team in the NFL? No. 7-9. Did they not go 7-9 2 consecutive years? Yearly award goes to Baker Mayfield. Wins the MVP for the first time in today's video. All the way down to an 82 overall, but still with the Browns. Josh Allen, 81 overall, still with the Bills. As Mahomes, Kyler Murray, now the Cowboys. Brissett with the 49ers. Mariota with the Buccaneers. What did he do statistically this season? Come on, I'm feeling it. 1,500 yards, 2,000 yards, 10,000 yards. Barely 1,000, 7 touchdowns. So yes, his productivity is starting to go down, although he's still averaging 4.7 yards per carry. As I can't really tell, the freaking stories are messed up this year. It looks like I think the Colts won the Super Bowl this year, but some crazy players retired. You had Zeke finally retired. You had Miles Jack retire. You had Jalen Ramsey, Carl Lawson retire. I feel like Lamar's probably going to be like an 85 or something. Yep, look at it. Oh, poor Lamar. Feels so bad, dude. End of 2030. Come on, Ravens. Big year. Seahawks 14-2. At least make the playoffs. And, oh, God. They're way down here. 6-10. Things are getting worse and worse. As I have a feeling as well, this is going to be the first year Lamar Jackson, as they have Dwayne Haskins at quarterback now. The feeling this is going to be his first year where he didn't get 1,000 yards. Look at it. It looks like Patrick Mahomes finally gets his first Super Bowl win. A big one of the Lions, 38-13. I still don't see a Lamar Jackson retirement. So is Lamar Jackson still in the league? If he is, he's probably under an 80 overall. Oh, God, Lamar Jackson, he's still there. 34-year-old Lamar Jackson is still balling out as an 80 overall. End of the season, Ravens somehow go 11-5 on the year. Although this is probably their worst overall the year they've had by far. Watch it, as a 34-year-old, Lamar Jackson's finally gonna make it in the top 10, isn't he? You have Brady Loud up there, what a guy. Pat Mahomes still there, and yep, no Lamar Jackson. But individually, he almost eclipsed 1,000 yards, 998, still 4.1 yards per carry. Come on, at least make the Super Bowl to end off your career. Lamar Jackson, I beg you, my man. Oh, it's the freaking Lions and Jags. As it finally happened, my dudes, Lamar Jackson retires after 14 years in the NFL. Does it? Unfortunately, because the team around him did not finish with a Super Bowl ring, did not finish with the MVP, but had an incredible career. Of course, he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. Looks like the Lions defeat the Jaguars to end off today's video, but what a career for Lamar Jackson. Once again, ended off his NFL career 9th all-time in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. Finished off 7th with 127 career rushing touchdowns. What a career. Obviously, a Hall of Fame career for Lamar Jackson. Might have been the best player in NFL history to not win an MVP and not to win a Super Bowl, but what a guy. I think to conclude today's video, although it'd be fun to watch him at running back, we'd be missing out on a ton if Lamar Jackson didn't play quarterback. What freaking absolute morons, dude, thought this guy shouldn't play quarterback. Fire them from their jobs.